Order 66.
Yes, my lord.
I don't know if you know this about me or not, but I was a Jedi. I mean, I wasn't really fond of the religious aspect, but it's cool to move stuff around with your mind and stuff. Training was hard, and the kids in my group were kind of mean. One time at lunch, this kid named Neforus walked up to me and said, "Dude, give me some of your ration stick bits." And I was like, "No way, eat your own." But he already ate his own, which is why he wanted mine. And then he raised his hand up, and next thing I knew, I was handing him my food. The guy mind tricked me. Me, an intellectual. So you know I had to take some extra classes for that. Another time I was in the fight room with the rest of my group. Usually how this worked was the 14 of us would be divided into groups of 2, and we train alternating partners each day. And this day, I got to be paired up with my best friend, Marlowe. It was good for a while, but then at around the middle mark, Nefaris walked over to us and said, "Village, I think I'm gonna try to, slam a stick at you. Then I'm gonna, stop last moment and not hit you. No, please don't do that." Apparently, that counted as a fight, even though it was his fault. So some years go by, and I really want to be a Padawan, you know? I wasn't yet traumatized by the horrors of war or whatever, so I thought it would be fun to slash some droids and blow up some starships and stuff.
We're keepers of the peace, not soldiers.
Ouch!
When I requested it, they were like, "Well, we don't know." But then I think they remembered that my parents show up every 2 weeks because they saw me on socials. So they said, "Yeah, sure, Master Kitley's Padawan recently died, so you probably make a decent replacement." And just like that, I was on my way to going on amazing adventures with my master and clone friend. One time, this clone named Draxus came over to me while we were in a starship and said, "Dude, what you got on your robe right there?" So I thought he was doing the thing I heard that clones did, but you look down and they flick your nose. So I looked down, and out of nowhere, the clone kicks me as hard as he can in my stomach, and I fall on the ground. He starts laughing, and I'm about to do something a little dark-sidey. But then Kitley comes from around the corner and says,
Hey, I told him he could do that. Keep your guard up.
"Well, okay, I guess we're just doing straight-up child abuse now, wait." So we fly down to this planet. I think it was called Kintoli or something, I don't know. The natives were around half my height, and keep in mind I was around 14 at this time. They were pretty friendly, but also weird compared to the culture back at the temple. And they said that these separatist ships had come and blocked off their mines. These mines held the rich minerals that they used to barter for stuff, so this was a really big deal for them. They'd agreed to join the Republic if we helped kick these clankers off the planet, and that's what we were there to do. The plan was pretty simple. We'd have Draxus lead a small group of clones to make most of the droids go after them on a wild goose chase, while me and Kinley would go destroy the rest of the droids, and the Kintolians would be free to sell their minerals to us. It was a solid plan, but right when we were about to leave, Master Kinley just drops. He gets on his speeder, freezes up, and then just falls down. I started freaking out a little bit, but the doctor said not to worry. People from Kitley's planet go into this state around every 2 years for a couple of days, and his time had come. At first, I was just relieved that Kinley would be alright. But then I thought, "Excuse me? Are you telling me that he knew this about himself? Probably. The council knew this about himself, and his brother knew this about himself, and they just forgot? Seems like an important thing to remember, but whatever." I stand outside the hospital with Draxus, and he says, "Well, what are we gonna do now, Commander?" And I say, "What?" And he says, "Yeah, you're the next one up on the chain of command." And I go, "Perfect." So Draxus tries to comfort me a little bit, and he says, "Look, I see this is hard for you. Here's what I think we should do." Draxus explained that since there were really only 2 leaders here, I should lead the smaller team into a ravine where once the droids follow, we can blow the rocks with bombs we set up and send them flattening, while Key led the main group into the mines. Not seeing a lot of other options right now, I agreed, and we set off. At first, it was fine. We set up the bombs, drove over there, and led the droids away. We only got a few of them at first, so we had to drive back, but second time, we got almost all of them. Everything was going great.
You're welcome.
We went towards the ravine, went into the ravine, And we're coming towards the end of the ravine. But then, the clones did something strange. When we were about to make it out, the clones around me backed up. I didn't know why, but this weird feeling came over me. Like thousands of voices crying out in painful agony. I turn my speeder to the side, slamming on the brakes, and go spinning into the sky. Before I jump off, a blast of fire goes off all around me. Like in slow motion. The troopers slow down as well, as I spin at around 100 rotations of quick time measurement or whatever. Using the force, I land, still nauseated, and duck behind a rock as the droids come closer. I hear a few clones get off their speeders, I guess to try to talk to me.
What was that again?
But before they can get a word in, the world blows up. Rocks come falling on us from above, and I take off to the end of the ravine. Clones go after me, but with the droids and rocks, they're slowly picked off, and I alone make it out. I keep running as long as I can, but before long, I drop to the floor. 1,000 thoughts swim in my mind, but one surfaces above the others. Get a ship, leave, contact the Jedi Temple. Looking to the right, I see a large farmhouse. I trudge my body along, hoping to find help. The plants are large purple leaves, and I see a man on a tractor. Coming towards me, he says, "What you been doing on my land?" And I say, "I'm a Jedi. I'm with the Republic. I need a ship, and I need a ship." And he says, "No." That makes me mad. Like, really mad. My blood boils over. I take a really big breath. "Look, you will give me your ship." Okay. The man gets me on the tractor, and I breathe out. To this day, I don't know if I did a mind trick on him, or if he just took a whole lot of pity on me in a very short amount of time. I fly away, my body exhausted, and I fall asleep.
This is Master Obi-Wan Kenobi. I regret to report that both our Jedi Order and the Republic have fallen, with the dark shadow of the Empire rising to take their place. This message is a warning and a reminder for any surviving Jedi. Trust in the Force. Do not return to the Temple. That time has passed, and our future is uncertain. We will each be challenged. Our trust, our faith, our friendships. But we must persevere, and in time, a new hope will emerge. May the Force be with you. Always.
Well, okay then. Don't cry. Don't cry. Don't cry.